Hello everyone, welcome back to a playbook. I know we're a little off. We have one person missing. I got to readjust the layout. But welcome back. We're in episode 20. Not really anything to go over. We're going to just go right into it and go into the intro. All right, so let me quick fix the layout before we begin.
Hell yeah.
We are missing Zephynia tonight. She is not feeling well, and we would rather have her take care of her health. So she's going to be out for today's session. But it's a lot of just running around for today's session anyway, so it will be fine. Let's turn that off. I believe everybody's in their proper spot. Looks like it. All right, cool. So, last we left off, you made your way over to Dira's family home, met up with her mom, and were giving some motherly hospitality, being told, you're not going anywhere, you get to sleep here, you get to eat our food, and you must, rest and relax before you head out. Everybody decided to kind of split up in a couple ways. A few of you decided to head out to try to alert ahead that there is a god trapped down in the mines. While Dahlia decided to head over to the lighthouse to try to go pray. Things happened, and we got left between Gaju finding out some information about Silic and Dahlia meeting up with a version of Cocopial that she is not familiar with. So
our god is broken.
My god's broken. I want to return it. I want a new one, please. Thank you.
Roll for God not found.
Yeah. So, leaving off with Dahlia, she kind of points in direction looking out in this reverse world and literally pushes you off the ledge as you start falling.
Oh.
And that's where we left off. So, Dahlia, as you're falling, the ground disappears as if you're falling down a skyscraper of a tower. No sight of where the ground is. You are just consistently falling in this empty space. You see trees just constantly coming past you. What would you like to do?
Scream? Is that
You
a
scream.
good option?
Okay. You hear you first hear the female voice of Cocopial speak to you in your head. this will not last forever. It's merely a test to see. It's also for my own personal amusement, but it is to see if you are going to hold out. So just relax.
You want me to relax? Like, I'm just falling, right? Like,
Yeah, you're falling. Like it's very fast. It's like almost being thrown into a vicious wind downwards, where it's not even just like a calm fall. It's like aggressive force fighting against you of gravity.
um, I'm just going to tell her, like, stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done.
She doesn't respond. About a minute in, you hear another voice speak to you, almost whispering in your head, as if they don't want anyone else to know what's being told to you. Only have a little bit. I'm here to help. You have your choice. Either take it or you leave it. But if you take this help, you abandon her. You have 1 minute till you land. Pick.
Who is this?
You can give me an insight check on the voice to kind of focus in, see if you can recognize it.
21.
21. Your anxiety is rushing at you. You're falling.
Yeah.
You just like, you don't know who this is. You focus as he just tells you, just, I know we've had some disagreements, but we need to work together on this, as you recognize the voice of Gladlin. I can pull you out of this. I can save you from her. But you will abandon her and come over to Team Gladlin.
Why are these gods playing with me like I'm a toy? There's... God, I don't know what to say back to him, because part of me is going to be like, I'm between a rock and a hard place right now. So I'm like, this person wants eternal servitude. This person wants questionable servitude.
Questionable servitude.
I just wanted to like relax a little bit and shit. I'm going to be like, can we at least talk first or something? Because this is not opportune right now.
Well, we can talk, but if I pull you out of this, she's not going to like it. So,
She already doesn't like me, I think. I
we
don't
have
know
already
what's
talked
happening.
before between you, me, and your friend, and it always seems a little bit one-sided, and I'm willing to work with you, but we need to work together instead of this question. So, you got another 30 seconds before you land. I cannot guarantee what happens when you do land.
Get me out of here.
Reach out your hand as you see like this green vines trying to come out to you that are forming into a form of a hand reaching out to you.
I take it.
Okay. You immediately get pulled in, like pulled out of a vacuum tunnel. You immediately get, all of a sudden, everything goes white. It still feels windy. It starts to get cold. Your body, it turns into more of a, less of a, like a springtime weather, and you literally feel coldness on your body until you start feeling a wind come at you, and then you start hearing gusts around you as the whiteness starts to break up, and you notice that you are in a snow-covered mountain. It's only blizzardy because of your height. You look down and you notice you're on one of the highest mountains in the area. What were you saying?
I said, this is a change. I'm not sure if it's a better one.
You're at a point of a mountain that is flat compared to mountains that are rigid, rough. Someone shaved this part down, flattened it, almost like a giant pedestal. A large stone base on it, surrounded by 5 shrines. One that takes up the south, one that takes up the north, and on the west side, there are 3 specific shrines that are right next to each other. You are left to your own devices. What do you do?
Well, I'm assuming I know who talked to me, but I don't see him
He
here at the
is
moment,
not
do
in the
I?
area at this moment.
Okay. I am secretly hoping to myself he didn't leave me on the mountaintop, but I will go check out. Go check out the different shrines.
Which one? There's the south, north, and then the 3 on the west.
Um, Let me go check the west ones first,
Okay.
because the 3 together seems a bit weird.
You make your way there and you notice that compared to all the structures in this area, these are different, but not to each other. The rest of the structures of this area are more ancient and more rigid and more arcane. These 3 are pristine, cut with perfection. And all 3 of them are almost exact. The only thing that's different is a slight coloration.
Probably been trying to write it. You have to eat.
You notice a name that's on each one.
Mm-hmm.
One says Celine.
Celine?
Celine. Seline. Celine.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is Phoebe.
Okay.
And the other one is Lunara.
Lunara?
Yep.
Okay.
The one for Celine, the stone itself is a white stone. Almost so white, it matches the snow that falls on it.
Ooh.
Phoebe's is black, almost like cut from straight onyx. And Luna's is almost like a gold. Other than the color and the style of stone that they are almost exactly the same. Same size, same shape. They are perfectly smoothed. Like an oversized, properly preserved gemstone that has been taken care of thousands and thousands of years.
Mm.
As the snow touches each one, even with the gentle snowflakes, you just see little tiny lights of aura hitting it, as if the snow itself can't even touch a stone when it gets so close, as it just kind of melts off of the rocks.
What about the other 2?
Which
The
which
north
one?
and south shrines?
Okay. Which one would you like to head to?
I will go to the north first.
Okay. You head to the north. You see a stone, roughly, almost looks like it was carved by not someone with a crazy amount of talent, maybe like if it was someone who was trying to make a stone who was maybe a blacksmith's apprentice. But it still has purpose. Doesn't have a name on it. But you can see the way that this is set is it's almost like someone put this stone as a marking for a lost love. A marking of remembrance. A marking of a piece of yourself that has died. A stone that elves do, a lot of wood elves specifically would do if they've lost their other half, their soulmate. This is a remembrance of whoever put this stone here lost their husband or wife.
Okay. What about the southern stone?
The southern one stands out compared to the rest. Not only is it more pristine, but it is large and it is grand. This one is shows of age, but almost like a fine whiskey, where the age itself is cracked in a way that makes it work to its aesthetic structure. The way the stone is shaped, also by Elven tradition, is meant to indicate a passing of a clan's leader. Someone who has led you before, but it also has markings of family. Whoever buried this person or left a memorial for this person found this person as a sense of leadership, but also they were blood related in some way. As you look at all of them at this point, you notice the ground starts to illuminate. As you find that the ground starts to cut and ripple around and creates itself a runic symbol on the flat base surface that indicates all 5 points link into each other. At this point, you do hear flapping of wings in the air and a calming roar from a dragon, and less aggressive, as you do see Gladlin's structure fly through the wind and eventually land in front of you. And as he starts to wild shape back into his form, he starts to almost walk towards you with a sense of partnership and less domineering role. I see you were able to take the lay of the land. Not too many people have been here. Not too many people have been here.
I don't know what you just got me out of, but thank you. But also, what the fuck is going on?
Well, if you're talking about Cacopial, that's something we'll have to figure out together. All I know is that whatever she was leading you into would have edged your soul deeper into her trust. If you wouldn't have selected me at that point, you would never heard my voice again.
Selective?
She was going to force you in a position of, let's say, a permanent yes or no.
I just don't understand. I've never talked to that version of her before, and I just wanted to leave, but I didn't feel like I could leave, and I don't know what just happened. Am I still dreaming? Like, am I still
No, you're here.
like physically, like mentally, like
You're physically here. I pulled you from the tower.
Oh. Is it cold? I feel like it'd be.
It's very cold. Yeah, it's very cold.
Okay.
But you're a tiefling. Your natural heat would kind of counteract it, where it would naturally feel like a negative degrees. It might feel like 20 degrees to you.
Okay. It's a little chilly. I was just wondering.
Oh, well, that's no problem, as he just starts, druid crafting, and then he immediately just summons like a long like fur coat, and he just kind of just drapes it over you.
Oh, wow, this is fancy.
I only bring out the finest styles.
Maybe we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
I like to think so, yes.
Yeah, it's just the last 2 times we've met, I just wasn't my best self, and I'm not really saying that this is my best self now, because Yeah, but I was drunk, I was sleep deprived, those kind of end up being the same thing. So, hi. Um, thank you. And let's just start over, clean slate,
Clean slate.
because you just saved my ass, I think.
Well, it's why I brought you here.
Oh,
Let's think of this as a let you know the real Gladlin before you decide to take the not so dangerous dive that she was putting you into.
okay.
He just kind of walks into the center point of the area and just kind of gestures around. This is where it's all began. This is where I turned in from a humble druid into the god of fate and destiny. These points are where it all started. And here, this one spot is where my fate can change. And I leave that information to a select few. Only those that I trust, because that can literally turn someone like me, who would rather follow the rules, to someone who can manipulate the rules. So, as an act of trust, I'm leaving you with this knowledge and allowing you to roam free to understand the intricacies of who I am and what I am, so we don't have any more what, who, hows.
Okay. Why me? Out of curiosity.
Because you're not supposed to be alive.
Um, can you elaborate on that a little more?
I can.
Okay.
He just gestures over to the east side as he just starts lifting up some of the snow as you start to see these rocks start forming to create like this giant arch. The snow starts freezing the empty passage of the arch until he kind of creates like a large like projection. As you start seeing the memory that was just shown to you recently. But in this memory, you didn't save your father. Your mother was not stopped. You were not supposed to be alive. Someone fucked with fate, and you were here. And your mother is dead. But due to
So, like, I never existed,
you're
kind
not
of thing?
supposed to. I mean, obviously you're here. This is reality.
Yeah.
But as far as what's supposed to happen, someone saw you die and they decided to choose to manipulate fate. Normally, the god of fate and destiny, me, would have seen this and would have stopped it. But I'm still a young god. And during this point, I was in transition. During that point, I did not see this happen.
Oh.
You do not exist in the overall scheme. You have no destiny, you have no fate. It is completely up to you to choose what to do, and I cannot foresee what happens. Your friends, I can see. I can see their path, I can see their destiny, I can see their future. Yours, I cannot. And therefore, you are a wild card that I'd rather keep on my side than let happen to be manipulated by others.
That is the most flattering yet horrifying thing you have said to me this entire time I've known you. Thank you. Also, oh God, I'm sorry. I okay. I understand where you're coming from now. Um, you're not gonna like kill me or do anything crazy, are you?
No.
Okay.
But
Just
you
thought
are
about
here,
it.
you might as well see as he progresses through the memory that you know. about a couple hours after you would have been killed with your father, there is a figure. Short. Due to the manipulation, you can't fully see who they are. You can see basic structure. It looks like they have preferably a tail, humanoid shape, and they had the know-how and the power to call upon some energy to bring you back and forever entwine their destiny with yours.
I lean
Gladly
over and oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
mentions to you, I unfortunately am unable to see who this is, for fate was manipulated and it is out of my vision. But whoever did this cared much for your future, but also attached their soul to yours. Your life and death is forever entwined. If one of you die, the other will die. Both you live, you both shall forever live.
You know I have like a brother, right? Is that like it? Could that be the thing? We're not twins
me?
though. I don't know. Apparently I have a brother. I found that out like yesterday. Do you know anything about that?
Like I said, I don't know about your fate and future. It's
Well, maybe my mom's fate and future you could see.
not
He was
past.
born before me.
Give me an Arcana check.
Like, give me some Gladly, please. I'm so confused. Wait, I didn't even check. 13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
On my own, it is a task that is difficult for me. But you have your own arcane powers. This mountain is ancient. It's powerful. We can channel on it. You and me together. We can at least get you a clue if this is what you want. We can use this relationship as a give and take. You do what I require, and I will help you with whatever I can. You want to find a breadcrumb of sorts to answer questions that are lost to you. I can help you, but I can't give you the whole answer. I don't have that under my specific power.
Are you asking me to be a cleric for you?
Cleric, you could choose a different path if you choose, but whatever you choose, it would be for me, yes. But he kind of just gestures over to the 3 stones as they start to grow in size and open up into 3 doorways. No matter what path you choose, we'll be partners. But a path you can take can always manipulate your destiny in any way, shape, or form without changing that overall path. I was given this destiny once, and I chose a door, and it forever changed my fate. As he kind of like blows some of the snow out of the way, and you can see a symbol on each door. One shows 2 blades. Another one shows a staff. Another one shows like an exploding star. Your powers will always be yours. I can help you retain them, but I can also help you progress in a way that might be more beneficial for you.
I mean, I'm all for bettering myself. Sorry, I'm a little... This is a lot to take in.
I'm sure it is. Take your
And
time. Take your time.
okay,
Think about it.
yeah, look, I'm I am so grateful, because I don't know what the hell was going on back there, and you showed up in the nick of time. So I am beyond grateful. I still need to process. Like, I don't know what that was, and I don't know what's going on with her, and then now I'm not even a blip in the universe. Apparently, oh gosh, I don't know what to say.
We'll come back to you. So, Dira,
Cool with that.
you have finished reforging the blade. You have fixed the blade for Sophinia. Obviously, Sophinia isn't here, but when we do progress back with her, you do have the blade reforged to its original specs. Is there anything you would like to do?
I'm kind of just hanging here until everybody gets back. I'm not sure where we stand yet with the thing in the mine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna, but I mean, I assume, knowing Zephinia, I'm gonna guess she's gonna take the sword and like go out in the yard and work with it a little bit.
Practice it. Okay, yeah.
Make sure everything
Sure.
is balanced. That seems like something she would do.
She's gonna do some push-ups. She's gonna, like do some flips while she's practicing with the sword. So on and so forth.
Yeah. Well, she does that. I say, let me know if there's any problems with it or whatever. I'm going to stay in the forge for a little bit.
I'll say if you want to just spend some time, you have the ingredients here. If you would like to try to forge something, you could.
I might. First, I am going to go back to where my pack is in my room. Keep leave the fire going. I'll be back in a minute. And I am going to get the feather that is wrapped up out of my pack, and I am going to bring it back, and I am going to put it in the fire in the forge.
Okay.
And as long as nothing untoward happens, that's going to be the end of that.
Okay.
I just don't want to think about it anymore.
Okay.
If something untoward happens, that's fine. If it doesn't, I'd rather nothing untoward happens. But I don't want to be carrying it around.
What's the specific item you're putting in it?
The feather that came from the cavern.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So you place it within the fire. Nothing happens right away. It does kind of start burning very slowly as you start seeing each piece start to float up and kind of burst in the embers. You do feel almost like a pressure, almost like you have disconnected something from yourself as you did this. Like almost the act of putting the feather in there has kind of slowly but slowly, you can tell what the feeling is. The act of this is kind of disconnecting you from Kukulpield even further. Not so much that you've cut the cord quite yet, but it's starting to disintegrate ever so much.
All right. And then, if I have time, I want if it is feasible to refashion, because I've been wearing that armor that I took from the cultist, and I like the enchantments that it has, but I am not keen on the symbolism.
Which armor is
If
this?
it's possible, this is the cultist armor. What was it? What's the actual name in the inventory? Cultist chainmail.
Oh, right. Okay.
That had the colors of the cultists.
Right. Yeah,
I just want
have
to
their
see if I can
colors.
maybe refashion it a little bit to be more a more neutral aesthetic, perhaps.
Sure. I'm going to say it's going to take you a little more time because it does have an enchantment on it. So you're trying to keep the enchantment while actually modifying the look.
Right.
You have a couple different ways you can approach this. First off, your family doesn't really deal with enchantments so much. So you don't really have any items amongst the inventory. If you want to go to a store and pick up some stuff to maybe amplify the power or just at least help retain it into its new form, you could. Otherwise, you could just try to work with what you got and just the better checks help you retain the power. It's up to you.
I don't want to not be here when people get back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm going to hold off on that then until
Okay.
we're back on the ship or something, because, yeah, I don't want to...
I'll say you'll have a lot easier of a time doing this by just having Cindy do it for you.
Yeah. So I will examine it and then decide, I'm not keen on the implications here, but I like the protections that it has. So we'll leave it as is for now. And I will go out and see if I can help Mom with the kitchen, with whatever chores she might be doing at the moment.
Okay.
Until everyone gets back and we regroup.
Okay. So Silik, Apollo, and Gaju. Gravity slipped away for a second. But Apollo, is there anything you want to do?
No, I feel like we were heading to the tower to go get Dahlia, if I remember correctly.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I let it slip that Gaju had a tail and horns, and I think that it all came out finally.
Yeah, it all came out. Yeah, Silik kind of like, what the fuck?
Were y'all going back to Dira's house, or was it the tower? I don't remember if y'all
I
decided.
think we were heading to the tower to come get you.
Yeah, the group is going to get
No,
you.
I'm pretty sure we were heading back to the house.
Oh, were we heading? Okay. I'm the DM. I know what's
Lies
going on.
happen. Lies happen. It's okay.
All right, so then you decide to head over to Dira's place. On the way there, is there anything that you three want to do? So, Gaju and Apollo.
I mean, Gaiju is definitely contemplating what Silik just told him, so he's probably gonna be like quiet. Nothing new, but you know.
I feel like with everyone being quiet, like he goes to default and like pulls a book out, and he's literally just reading while they're walking.
Okay.
I love him.
Gaju and Apollo, give me perception checks. Gaju with
Oh boy.
advantage because you're kind of just watching Silik at this point.
I can see my dice.
17, you said, Apollo?
You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a 12.
12. Constantly just walking around. He's being very quiet and subtle about it, but you notice that something is upsetting Silik. Almost like a chest pain. Like he's kind of like holding his chest really hard as you're seeing him cover something. And he's having a tough time breathing, but he's trying to hide it.
We both see this, or
You both see it. Maybe not as like you might not see it on first. Like it's like takes a couple takes. You look at him, like look back. You look back a third time. It's like okay, he's hiding it from us, but he's clearly in like it's not like an aggressive pain. It looks like just like maybe like anxiety. But he's pressing like on his chest.
Yeah. I guess I'll kind of like look at Apollo and see if he's noticing this too.
He'll just straight up in his usual awkward self, just, Silik, are you okay? Did the water give you indigestion?
No,
okay?
I'm fine. I don't know why, but once in a while, it's like at weird points, I just all of a sudden it feels like something's pulling on me, and I don't know what, and he's just like, just kind of like rubs his chest a little bit. It's like, I'll be fine.
Like physically pulling or like metaphysically? Because sometimes, I'm reading a book and there's a really good story and there's like a love thing and it just kind of pulls out the heartstrings a second,
Oh, yeah, I think it's more metaphysical, like almost like, I don't know, like someone is like I know I'm not cursed, but it just feels like, someone occasionally just kind of just you know, like, it's almost like if someone hit you in the chest, but they didn't physically do it. It just happens once in a while.
How long has this been going on?
Most of my life. It's happened after I was like 8.
When you were 8, did something happen when you were 8?
Nothing crazy. I mean, I was around here. I mean, around that time, Plague were very strong and they were thriving. And I mean, one of them hit me pretty strong in the chest, and you know, I don't know if it's ever truly healed. Once in a while, it just really hurts a little bit more than other times. But I'll be fine. I appreciate you guys. Your interest, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. As he starts kind of like walking a little faster, heading over to Tira's place.
Make a history check on that to see if I've heard anything about the plague ever physically affecting someone like that.
Yeah, sure. Give me a history check.
12.
You would have never heard about anything of like a physical attack leaving that much of a physical and metaphysical strain on somebody. It might be more like a PTSD kind of a thing, but not a actual true like this injury is forever lasting unless they were actually converted in the plague. But you guys found out a while ago that he is not actually a plague. He's not infected. So it could be something more of like a post-traumatic stress kind of problem.
As he gets ahead of us, I just go up to Gaiju and I'm like, unresolved issues, I think.
Lovely. Gaiju like doesn't know what to do with this. But I would definitely say he's concerned. Keep an eye on him.
Okay. Gaiju,
Not
by
sure
any
that-
chance, are you wearing the Phoenix Circlet?
Is that something I have to attune, or is it automatically attuned to
It's
me?
auto attuned to you. You can't choose to unattune
Okay.
it, but you can choose not to wear it.
Does that count as my 3 attunement items?
No.
Okay, then probably.
Alright. After about a few minutes, only you notice, Gaiju, that you're starting to feel warmer than usual. Not like your blood is boiling, but you almost feel like you're generating more fire than you usually do. As you occasionally, you might have looked at your circlet and it starts to glow. As you just hear a whisper in your head, "Sorry, but this is urgent." As you just start turning into flames, you just disappear.
Oh. Okay.
As Silk just looks at Apollo, it's like, alright, cool. Just ditch us, that's great.
Okay.
I didn't think I laid it on that thick. I mean, like, alright, cool. I'll be careful who I tell my story to. That's alright.
Here, buddy, I got you. Don't worry.
So back over to Dahlia.
Oh no.
You know, Gladlin starts taking you over to the center, guiding you to the center, and telling you, "Let me help you find these breadcrumbs. But just be warned, this place is ancient, and you're going to start to see things that are kind of left within me." As he kind of just places his hands on like this, and just gestures you to put your hands on top of his.
Am I gonna like? Is it gonna be like? What? Okay, no, never mind.
I don't know where you're going with this, but okay.
Just like, what do you mean? It's just gonna be like, okay.
Okay. You put your hands on top of his.
Very hesitantly, I suppose, yes.
His natural vines that grow off his body starts moving around, and they start curling around your arms and going up and start turning the rose bushes like up to your shoulders.
Oh.
As you start to feel his power flow through you, as you're able to focus on memories that are lost to you using godlike powers. Give me a history check with advantage.
Wow. Okay. Ooh, natural 20.
Okay.
That is very much advantage.
As he's trying to pull every memory from you, but he's trying to find the specific ones. You're not like seeing like every memory that's been lost to you, but he's going through them and trying to hit you with the correct one. Until you start to see pieces. When you were a child, and your mother was still around, you recall her mentioning about constantly going back to the Aber's kingdom. About returning to send information to them. You remember accidentally seeing your mother create the box that you found, leaving the key. You are able to see her come home sometimes, still accidentally wearing her knightly garb. As you open up your eyes, look back at Gladlin. I believe Avarice is where you need to start. I can at least help you get there if that's something you want.
I mean, I do want to go, but you know, I can't just leave, you know?
At this point, as you're like still holding his hands, you start to see the stones, and you see like these spirits step out of them. Like the dead just kind of like raised from them, just spirits. As you see, the larger stone just has a Scottish-styled barbarian, long beard, wearing a very colors of green, brown, and black tartan on, large leather boots, wielding two great axes, just leaned up against the stone. You see by the unrefined stone at the other side, a younger elf, more of a fighter, with a necklace that has a rose on it. More of a kind of a prettier, like a pretty boy kind of fighter. And then you see in front of the three other stones, images of someone that you have been told about that are claimed only to be the Weird Sisters, the original gods of fate and destiny. So you see three twins, one of blonde hair, one of black hair, and one of white hair.
Are these breadcrumbs?
No,
Like,
you're using my
them.
power. These are people that were placed here when I had to take up the mantle, and they're forever linked to me. For whenever I use my power in this area, they either choose to allow it or deny it to me.
Oh.
At this
Are they
point,
just like watching us right now?
they're like always watching. It just happens that now you can see them.
Oh, okay.
They're always there, and
They were always there.
They're
Now I
always
can
there.
see
Now
them.
it's just because these accesses and powers, they become more corporeal, and they're just attached to the stones.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they're extensions of Gladlin, essentially. One is his lost love, one of his father, and the
Right.
three of his true power that he took from others.
Right. Okay.
At this point, he seems at odds, as you first don't notice it, but it starts to get less cold out. Instead of it being snow, it slowly starts to rain. As if the storm up in the air that's creating snow has started to turn into a rainstorm. That's different.
I thought you did that. Or
No,
is that just,
that's always supposed to be snowing here. I mean, this area is constantly a blizzard.
Is this worrisome?
A bit.
Okay.
At this point, you start to see the clouds start to turn a little bit orange as a large phoenix starts to fly down and lands down. As you see, turn into this black and orange robed female. Reddish hair. As she immediately just puts out her hand to the side and summons embers as Gaju appears. We're gonna come back to you two.
Oh my god! Okay.
Dira, anything else you would like to do? While you're waiting.
Not really. I'm
really.
starting to get a little worried about where everyone is.
Scylla
Maybe
just
I'll go
looks
out
at
first,
Apollo.
see if
It's just like,
Coming up the street.
I guess we should just keep walking. I'm gonna head back over to Dira's. I feel like this is just gonna
head
happen.
up the main drag and see if I can run into them.
Okay. I mean, they're not that far away. They're probably just like
Yeah.
half a block up. They're not far. Like, you can see them.
Is this normal? Does this always happen to you guys?
Nothing this weird, but I mean, it gets weird.
I would say. Huh.
Good. Where's got you?
Fire, sky thing. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I can't take this crap anymore. Like, I told my whole life story to him, and then he just bursts into flames and runs away. I mean, I can't deal with this crap.
I'm still here.
Wait, he burst into what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Apollo,
look at Apollo, like-
tell her as he just like walks in. It's like, ma'am, are you home? You got any alcohol in here? I need a drink.
So, he got warm. There's some fire, and then just
He what? Disintegrated?
There was no
seem
ash
awful
or
calm about
foam.
this. All right.
All
so
I know-
he went
Go on.
somewhere else.
Sure. That's silly. He seemed to understand something, or that he went.
I don't
somewhere.
understand shit. Don't ask me anything. I don't get it.
You think we do?
Can I roll Arcana to see if I? 18.
It's not a spell. A spell would have had residual trace, ash, soot, something. Legitimately, something literally pulled her up into the air, but instead of it being energy that's pulling up, it literally turned her into flames and pulled her up that way, like a teleportation spell made out of fire.
Okay, I'll speak. So he turned into flame, and it just kind of into the clouds, and it just gone.
So he got taken away somewhere. Did it look like it? Did it look like he was doing it, or did it just happen to him?
I didn't see his face beforehand. If there was a like, oh good, or so I'm not really sure.
Because that ain't something he usually does.
Has he done it?
Not that I've seen.
Well, shit.
That's new.
Oh, pardon the swear. I'm sorry. I don't do that normally.
That's I didn't even notice. All right, come on in.
He'll be back.
I'm going to go in and help Silic find something appropriate to drink. Sit down, calm down. Well, you seem remarkably calm for the fact that he ain't done this before. This ain't something that he just does. Something took him away.
I don't know.
It
I
ain't
mean,
got
like,
anything to do with what happened in the mine, does
who
it?
knows what he's been hiding? He's got horns, he's got hooves, he's got a tail. I mean, like, just do whatever the
Well,
fuck
I
he
don't
wants
blame
now,
him for that.
apparently.
About that.
That's a bit of a leap. There's a little difference between being embarrassed about what he looks like and suddenly going poof.
Oh, correct. It wasn't a poof. It was a and gone.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
like
right,
that.
suddenly going and gone. He definitely don't do that.
You notice
Whatever.
there was no with the.
I don't know. Y'all didn't see Dahlia on her way back, did you?
No. I'll be honest. We were going to come back here and then maybe look for Dahlia, or maybe she would have. I mean, she's not here, so I'm. Yeah.
She ain't usually.
Check.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I know where the temple is. I don't know, something weird's going on. We should probably have as many of us together as possible, so we might as well go look for her. Mama, we're gonna go out looking for Dahlia. Thank you for everything. I think we'll come back. I really don't know.
All right.
Hopefully
So you
one of
guys.
us doesn't bring to fire.
So you guys head over to the temple.
Yep.
Okay. Heading out. It didn't take you too long to get there. About a good 10 minutes. You're able to get over to the temple, as busy as it usually is. A few people going in and out. Usually the maximum amount of people are usually in there, about 10 at most. You do notice that she's not on the first floor, but you would assume that, you're a paladin. You figure that she'd probably be on the floor that's going to have the most ability to pray to any god possible. So you head to the rooftop floor. Currently it is abandoned. No one's up there. Excuse me. No one's up there. But it does look like... well, give me an investigation check.
Right? Yes, because I'm so stellar at investigation. Or I could get a natural 20, so that's a 19.
You look around, you do find the stone that you assume she would have prayed to, since it was a stone that's specifically meant for anybody who wants to give patronage to the Cocopial. The oddity about it is the stone itself is not in its proper spot. It looks like someone actually moved it, and like the blanket that's there that normal people would sit on, or like kneel on specifically, is like almost slid off. In a way that looks like someone was like standing on it and they almost like slipped off, and like some of the specific pillow and carpet has actually slid off with it, kind of thing like that.
I am going to very cautiously try to move it back into place.
You're able to, no problem.
Does anything feel weird in the air? Like,
You can give me a religion or a kind of check, either one.
alright, well that will definitely be a religion. Let's see what we get. That's a 13.
There is an
Really,
eeriness. As a paladin, you sense a bit of a darkness to what would normally be a very enlightened area. As if something closer to a demon has taken root in this area. Not like fully in that kind of setting, but it feels like progressing that way, where every god has their niche, whether they're dark or light. There's like an absence of both here, and whatever's taken root in here has like left a temporary sense of just straight evil in this area. Not something that's gonna root in permanently, but something that looks like it's kind of placed itself in here and made itself a nice home for one day.
Well, I think something took her. Does it feel at all akin to the experience that I had in the mine?
You can give me an insight check on yourself to compare how you feel now compared to how you felt then.
And that is another natural 20.
Jesus Christ. Yes, it feels exactly the same.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy.
When it comes to Cacopial, you get some straight good checks, I tell you what.
Yeah, apparently. especially the more dangerous Cocobial thing.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Y'all, this is... I'm gonna kind of just... I assume the guys came up with me?
I'll say that they're near you. I'd say Silic doesn't really know what to do in this area. He's like, I'll at least hang around, but this religious stuff is not really my thing.
I'm just gonna kind of motion to them. We need to go. It's not right.
Oh, all right.
And I'll wait till we get outside. I'll explain when we get outside.
Okay. Silic walks out.
So, what happened in the mine? Whatever happened with that twisted version of Cocobiel, it feels like that up there. I don't know if she took her, but she ain't here. Where'd she go? She's gone. God, she's gone. What the hell is going on?
I mean, are we sure she left? I mean, she could have just easily just kind of like walked off. Maybe she had like a bad talk with Cacopial and she decided to just like go get some air. I mean, the river goes all the way down. She could have walked somewhere.
Well, maybe. We'll go down by the river. See? I suppose.
I know.
I don't want her to be by herself, for sure. Something's wrong if she is like that. If she is here, that's great. But something's wrong. It's like it was there, and it was not a thing that you want to meet.
So you guys decide to do a little investigation.
I'm heading down by the river, see if I can get in.
Silic will go over to the river. He's more comfortable by water anyway, so he decides to kind of use it to kind of like get a breath. Back to Dahlia and Gaju. With the mixture of Alazna's flame being thrown into the blizzard, the cold and hot created rain as the area started to change once in like the thousands of years that this area has been created. Saying nothing, she epically lands on the ground and extinguishes her flames from her body as she is walking with poise, as if she has the right to walk here as much as Gladlin does. In the process, without stopping, opens embers off her flame. Whether you look disheveled or not, Gaju, you are summoned there in almost an instant, faster than any teleportation circle you've heard work. As if you just saw everything go up in flame and then immediately extinguish and you're here. As you see her standing there looking like she's not in a great mood. Her eyes are focused on one color only, and it is of crimson red. And she's just standing there like a queen to a subject.
What's going on?
Anything Gaju or Dahlia you want to do? They're kind of giving each other a sort of stand down right now, like a stare down.
Do I look like a wet puppy because it started raining?
It didn't like rain profusely at this point. It kind of like slowed down the storm.
Okay.
So it is wet, but Gladlin was also trying to stop the snow from affecting this area, so you could use the magic anyway. So not too much. It's you were hit by a light drizzle. I just had this thought.
Everyone looks really
like
majestic, and I'm just like soaked, and I'm just like,
hi, yeah.
How far apart are we?
You're on the opposite sides of the circle, so I'm gonna say about 20 feet in distance from each other.
I guess I'll reach out with awakened mind to Dahlia.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is going on?
I'm gonna respond and say, I wish I had an answer.
This doesn't look good. And I'll just kind of look to Losna like, what the hell is going on?
I'm going to look at Gladlin and be like, so this isn't part of the plan, is it?
You do not hear a response. They look like they're locked in a stare against each other, like everything is void outside of them. You both can give me a perception check and or an arcana check to understand what they're doing.
Nope.
Did you say perception or
Or
arcana?
arcana.
Okay. Let's do perception.
That's a 5.
Oh.
That's a 10.
Sorry, 6.
It's hard to tell what they're doing. It looks like they're almost it looks like a form of telepathic communication, and they're focusing on it so much that they don't hear anything outside of what they're saying in their heads, but you can't think about it any more than that.
Are we still connected telepathically, Gaiju?
Yeah.
You'll just hear me ask and be like, do you have the crown?
No, I left it on the ship.
Fuck. I thought you had it. Okay.
Oh.
I'm
I'm just gonna like slowly step towards her. Towards
Are we gonna
Talia.
start shuffling like around the circle?
like the awkward, like move out of the scene kind of thing, like that.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I'm gonna see him doing that, and you're gonna see me like kind of Loki start doing the same thing. Just they're locked in some monster boss battle of the mind, and we're just coming around.
You can see after a couple minutes after you step away, eventually they blink as her eyes turn into the regular hue that they normally would be. Gladlin focuses as he just puts his head down. He goes on one knee and kneels under her dominance.
Cool. So he kneels to her.
Yep.
Okay.
I apologize. I know I've been missing for some time. It is fine, old friend. Get off your knee. As he stands. I've been trying to get in touch with you for some time, and I figured the best route was try to work with, as they both look at you. Whoa. Hang on, I gotta see if my wife's alright. Something just dropped.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, she's messaging, so like just now. I like to think at this point we're just standing beside each other. They're like looking, or we're just like, hello.
Hi.
Okay, she's fine. I used them as a way to try to find you. I knew that if I gave them the crown, you would have found it as a keen opportunity to try to retrieve it yourself. Well, okay. Well, he just gestures to the two of you. Well, which one of you has it?
Side-eyeing Gaiju right now.
I don't have it on me at the moment.
He just looks at her. We'll get it back. It's still in your property, though, correct?
Yes.
Alright. They look at each other. They kind of step away. Well, I brought myself and Gaiju here. One, because I noticed the disappearance of Dahlia. And I figured the only spot you could have hit her is here. Away from other gods' gaze. And two, we need to talk. All of us. as they Gladden just gestures to create a different area. The stones themselves start making chairs.
The tape. It's back.
Can I just druid craft an umbrella?
It's not raining anymore.
Okay.
He's protected the area so it doesn't hit the area.
A gentleman.
It's like a bubble that's kind of overcome the area itself. You can see it drape over the dome itself, but not hit you.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
So I guess I look at the Lasna and I go, so you know where I was before this?
When?
Like Gladland 30 minutes ago?
Oh, I mean, I knew where you were, and I knew that you disappeared. The only spot I could assume that you would have went is the only spot that gods can't watch, and that's this mountain.
Okay. I'm just gonna bite my tongue for now. So I have a bunch of questions.
She kind of just sits up in poise, looks at both of you. I can see that Gladland has offered more of a partnership than the patronage to you. I've already given a decent amount of my power to you, Gaju, and your friends. I'll allow the same in kind. 3 questions asked. With the exception of a few that I have in mind, I'll answer any 3 questions you have that I can answer. They'll keep us on a level playing field, as it were. You obviously are at a disadvantage here. I don't want it to be that way. Put yourself at ease. Ask. What 3 questions would you ask of us to make yourself feel more comfortable with a conversation that we'll have after these 3 questions are asked? Either of you can choose to ask the questions.
Immediately out the gate, just... What is going on with Cocopio? Who is she?
They look at each other. Silik just met... Alasna. She was a problem in the first age and sometime before that. We made sure that her influence was diminished when both Gladland and I were mortal. I myself, a part of me made sure that happened. The other half is always intertwined with her. She's become more and less than when she was. As far as now, she has separated herself from the 4 people of being, and I believe the one that you just recently encountered is her mortal form. Very much able to be killed. She took up a form that allows her to retain her magic. We don't know how she got the position of queen that she got, but she is the queen of your kingdom. And she is mortal, but she has powers a little bit farther ahead than most people that would appear of her age. That's who you spoke to. I believe the one that your friend Dira spoke to is her darker half. Think of it as the rage filled within her. spite, greed, need for war. The only things that that one lives by. The feeling of betrayal from Dira probably put her in a straight level of anger.
Tried to kill her, yeah. Or something.
We know of two others, taking the form of two versions of her before she became a god. We do not know of their location. We just know that they refer to themselves as Luna.
Both forms are Luna?
Yeah, we believe that one is a younger version of herself and the other one is a older, trained version of herself of sorts. One that has experienced hardship and both, pain and pleasure. One that has seen the world as an adult and one who is naive to the world as a child. But trust me when I say this, both are dangerous.
Even these more good parts of her?
Well, as the younger one who's not exposed to the world, she still has the full power and potential that Cacopial holds. She's easily manipulated. For whoever can manipulate her can possibly just create another war again. The older one is probably already on that tipping point. All it takes is just a snap to make them choose peace or war in their mind. These four are herself at her most sharpest points. When she had no one in her life and she lost everything and she was cursed by this world after the first age, she broke herself off in these four parts. One without godhood, but still had magic. One with godhood, but had nothing. And then two that remembered nothing of being a god. Only the power and the potential.
Why would she do that?
Split herself off? Why would anybody? She lost everything. Her sister, her place in this world, her plan. We believe she had a psychotic break. Even gods can have them. But with someone with that much power, you have a psychotic break, you legitimately separate yourself off between your psychosis. She created four personalities and they literally legitimately created themselves a physical body.
Is there any way to fix her? To help her?
I think the whole of Cacopial is far past being fixed. I believe the only way to allow her, if this is what you want, to save her, is to only save pieces of her. And I believe that's completely up to you. As far as her darker half, that is our only responsibility. That's the only part of her that is a god, and that's the only part that's our problem. As far as the other three, the queen, the adult, the child, they're mortals. You do with them what you see fit. If we judge them, we're judging them based off our own biased personalities that we know of her. You two are blank slates.
Well, I'm not a fan of her queen form, if I do say so myself.
I'm sure many of your companions and compatriots would agree if they saw what you saw. But to many of the other soldiers that don't know this side of her, they don't see that part. And if you just kill her, that's all they're going to know is that you killed their queen. So you must be careful. Take every bit of choice into account. We'll help you with what we can, but you must remember, even these minutes that we're spending with you are minutes wasted spending on others.
I understand. She's just gonna sink back and just look a little bit resigned, I guess. Just a little bit defeated.
There are people in this realm that have purpose. People whose destinies are seen further than Gladden's gaze. Even I see that people such as yourselves and your team have a piece of the grand scheme in your future. How big is it? Who's to know till it comes across? But if we can help, we will. As long as it doesn't affect us negatively. She rests herself back on the chair. That's one. You have two left.
Oh man. Whew. I thought we asked them. Cool, because I have more questions.
Your daughter, Ira.
Who?
Ira. What do you plan to do about her?
With Dira?
Ira.
Ira. I don't know what you'd have me do.
She's alive. And she is Seraphina's body. And the Order has taken her and plans to experiment on her. Create some kind of powers or whatever to give to their soldiers.
I believe that they found
Or
a
something.
point to Ira itself. As far as Seraphina's body is concerned, we were able to check up. She's not using it anymore, and it's back in its vessel. As far as Ira is concerned, Ira gave up a piece of herself to you as payment. Whatever your king and that creature Renard does with that piece. Gladden interrupts. Fate's in motion. Path was picked. She gave up a piece of herself. She knew what she would do. Now we gotta just let the effects happen. We could see what would happen if she chose not to. We could see what happens if you didn't allow her to. We could see what happens if you never found her. Now we just gotta see what happens under the path that's been picked. If we wanted to intervene every time we saw a slight, half this world would be dead.
I still.
I didn't hear that. You're cut off.
And it may still.
If we see it goes out of hand, we'll intervene. But until that time, our physical presence in this world is a danger. We can't just appear like this all the time. Got one left.
I'll just look at Dahlia and mentally message her. I have no questions left. Ask what you want.
I don't know what I want. That's all I say back. My eyes are down.
Okay. Well, two questions it is then. Think about it. we'll be here. Until that point, there was a reason for you both being in our presence. The war itself is getting much more grim, and we like to think that we can put ourselves a couple pieces on the board. Piece of Gladland, piece of Lasna. We don't ask you to do any more than what you're already doing. You already give patronage to me, you are starting to give patronage to him. You followed your duties as see fit. But when it comes down to time that we ask a favor of you, we ask that you at least oblige with listening. Gladland steps up, walks behind Dahlia, lifts your hair back and puts it aside as he takes his fingers and he starts just creating a pendant around your neck as he drags his fingers back and clasps it like his two fingers behind you, creating a gold chain with a diamond rose at the head. Now you have a way to commune with me whenever you'd like. This banter between us needs to end. I now know that where the crown is. I now know it's in safekeeping. I now know, or at least hope, that none of you seem to use it for any foolish deeds, let's say. She stands, bows to Gladland, as she just puts his head against her stomach, and then she just kind of gives him a kiss on the head. We'll be seeing you. As she flies off into the wind, as the snow starts coming back. Well, if that will be all, Dahlia, have you made your choice? As he gestures to the doors.
I have to pick one.
If you have not had a chance yet, you can come back to it. But these doors do not appear to them appear. These doors do not appear forever. They will eventually disappear. As he just kind of does this as the doors himself turn back into the stones that they were. Don't make us wait.
I won't. They just want to make sure I make the right decision.
Well then, it'd be better that you two be off. As he just starts gesturing very slowly as both of you start to blank your eyes out. As the snow just crosses in front of you. Dira, Apollo, and Silic, as you're walking around, maybe it's at that point where you give up. She's not around here. As you start walking back to the temple, you just see them just randomly appear like they grew out of the ground like a weed by the front door of the temple itself.
I just ran up with me. You two all right?
Probably in the midst of that, I am like clutching Gaiju's hand because I am so panicked right now. No.
I just give her a big hug. I was up on that, and I'm like, I was up on that floor, and it felt, okay.
I need the hug right now, so I hug Dira back very tightly, and I'm Just like, I'm sorry. I tried to get you answers. I'm sorry.
I just want to know that you're okay.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I want you to be okay. There's something going on with Kukoville, and I wouldn't.
Did you find out what it is?
Yeah, a little bit. I looked at Kaiju to fill in, like, if he wants to add anything.
Where do you even begin?
That's an understatement.
So it just interrupts, preferably after you turn into a big ember flame and left us. What the fuck?
I don't control gods.
It won his idea. I think we've established that.
Was that normal?
No, but I
very
feel
no.
like it may be in the future.
Oh, lovely. All right.
What time is it right now?
At this point, it'd be roughly about 3.
Only
As
3?
much as I hate to rush us,
You guys really have not really done much as far as time. You guys got up about noon. It's been roughly about 3 hours. You guys really haven't really done much.
Oh, I thought we got up in the afternoon. I guess you said early afternoon.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's say
You know-
4. How about that? Everybody feel more comfortable with 4? Let's do 4.
4 makes me feel way more comfortable.
Okay,
yes,
we'll
thank
do
you.
4. We'll do 4.
Much as I'd love to stick around, I think we need to figure out what we're doing next. When we go back, I think there's leftover soup. We'll warm that up on the fire. Figure out where we go from here. How's that?
I think that would
Say
be nice.
back.
All right.
Alright, so you guys,
Yeah,
where do you guys head to?
I would be inclined to go back to my parents' house unless people want to go somewhere else. I will start
back,
heading
so
that
you
way
can say goodbye.
unless somebody objects.
Soul
would
can
just-
follow.
Follow in the back, yeah, probably. Not say much.
Get there, and I'm gonna start getting food for everybody.
Okay. So you guys head back over to Dira's. Jerry, start prepping dinner. You guys, I'm assuming are all in the living area, family room. Anything you guys want to talk about?
I am
guess-
intensely curious, but waiting for them to talk in their own time.
I would probably probably sit next to Gaiju or pull him aside even at one point and just be like we have to tell Dira, but how do we tell her?
I'll break it to her.
How? But I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I want to be the one to tell her too. I mean, part of the reason is I wanted to help, and then everything just went so sideways. And I don't know if he even knows at this point, but if not, then I would probably spend some time explaining to him everything that happened. And I would just be like, I want to be there when we talk about it, but we should probably pull her aside soon, rather than later.
I don't even know how to do this.
So you're gonna try to pull Dira aside?
I guess, but she's in the kitchen right now.
She's in the
isn't
kitchen.
she?
I mean, you could just go to her and you could just talk quietly.
But isn't her mom in there with her cooking?
It's up to you. I mean, Dira, do
So
you want
awkward.
your mom to be in there with you?
She's got other stuff to do. I can tell her I can take care of them.
Okay.
Or, if she's in there and they say, you guys could always just say, hey, we got this, we'll help her out. You must have other things to do.
I mean, at this point, I kind of have her set out, like, going over to stores and picking up produce and different things right now, so she's not even in the house.
Yeah. I was just going to be heating up leftovers, basically.
Oh, yeah, sure. With the yield medieval microwave.
No, just, it's stew. It goes back in the pot on the fire. That's how stew works. You just kind of eat it all week. You add more water.
All right. But yeah, you guys can go over to her and separate yourself from the group, buy a room, and just speak quietly.
Hey, you two all right?
You know what happened in the short time we were away?
I reckon so.
What do you both know about Crocobio?
You should tell him about what happened in the tunnels.
I know. Here's this. They came to the mine. They took our trains. They said, we're going to take them. This don't belong to them no more. You don't belong to them no more. Come join us. We'll do that for more folks. Sounded pretty good to me. There was a paladin named Karagos Rand. I think he's at the headquarters now. Kind of man I'd follow. Kind of person I'd like to be. Came time to take the oath. Things I'd do anyway. It's honesty. Protecting the weak. I never thought all that much about who this god is, what she is. She's a god. What are we supposed to know? All I know is she's supposed to be where the power comes from that allows me to do the things I'm meant to do. Ain't never needed more than that till now. Things got real complicated real fast the last few weeks.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now you are asking that question in a way that tells me that there's more to know, and you know it.
I know a lot more than I let on. And never really was a religious person. My mother worshipped Ulara, the god of healing. I never really cared for it. I was too busy playing off in the woods. But sorry, I'm pulling up something I pre-wrote for shit like this.
A script.
Always a script. Something about the gods that most people in this world don't. Dahlia might have an idea now, but probably not as much. Before the first age, there was a god named Bahamut and his two daughters. And they created Averant. These sisters were Amaros and Crocobio. And when war raged between mortals, the two sisters came to a disagreement about how things were going. One favored resetting the realm in order to strip mortals of their free will. The other argued they needed it to exist properly. The sisters were at war for 100 years. And before it suddenly ceased. Kukobil was banished, and mortals' memory of the war and the original first stage were wiped, as well as the knowledge of the sisters. With her last breath, Kukobil cursed Amoros in an endless nightmare sleep. In her time asleep, Amoros subconsciously created a protector, a daughter known as Ira, who we met in Elfid. Ira believed that mortals were harming Amoros, and so she created the plague. Until today, I didn't know what came of Kukobil, or why the Order prayed to her, but it seems that that has been answered. She was split into 4 beings, and 3 of those are mortal, and 1 is still a god. I suspect from what Dahlia has told me, you've met the god, and that she craves war, violence, anger.
The Thanos.
As far as Alazna, and why I chose to give myself over to her. In the first stage that we know of, most people know of, a group of heroes defeated the Plague King and discovered the body of Amoros. And they realized that in order to keep the Plague King defeated, they had to bring back Amoros, that she needed to be revived. And the leader of that group gave up her body to Amoros, and that's how Losno was created. So, after much contemplation, that's how I chose Ulazna. Because Ulazna is the god that favors free will. She favors rebirth. She is a fair god. Kukoviel is not. And as long as I've known you both, I've tried to warn you. But it's hard to do so when you serve the Order. Try not to look like some deserter, so... I guess what I'm saying is... you both need to be careful. And you both need to be... wise about who you trust. Who you get your magic from. You do yourself a favor by being careful of what you do.
How'd you come to know all this?
He actually kind of withdraws at that question. I have friends in high places. And let's just say that I owe them a lot of things. And in carrying out what they have me do, I was given knowledge. This knowledge.
Well, I ain't never known much about any kind of high places. Never much aspired to. Seems like I done sworn a oath of honesty to a god that lies. So I can't exactly fault you for keeping your secrets. Never asked for any of this. Folks in this town, the folks you met at the tavern, the folks in Dahlia's neighborhood, those are the folks I swore an oath for. Those are the folks I'll do what I can to protect, what I need to protect. Wherever that comes from, if there comes a time that I don't have what I have to do that, I guess I'll deal with that then. I don't know what any of this means. I don't know how I wound up with you people with friends in high places and gods left, right, and center. Do what I'm gonna do.
Hopefully we can look after each other.
Left.
We're pretty special.
That's all that ever mattered. I mean, she kind of gestures around. This is where I came from. This is who I am. I ain't never had no needs for secrets. I understand some people do. We'll deal with that as it comes, I guess. I know I don't want anything like what happened in that mine yesterday to happen to anyone ever again.
Hopefully it won't. At least not with us.
No, it's more than us I'm worried about.
I know.
For now, if I call on the magic and it don't come, then I'll worry about it. Till then, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. I know what matters. That's where I stand. Now, let's get everybody fed.
She took it way better than I thought she would, so.
I'm sitting there watching you guys see that I'm going, no, you don't understand her at all. She is
like,
way simpler than
that
you think.
bitch over here.
Listen,
to
Dira
remember
leads a simple life and I am envious.
Yeah, she never, I mean, this whole business of having a god came up after, you know, in like the last 2 years. This was never a thing in her life.
That's fair. Yeah.
And Dahlia, you know, Dahlia has no perspective on that, so I understand.
Dahlia's just completely flipped. So.
Yeah, her experience is completely the other side from Dahlia's, or even from Gatu's, I think.
While this is going on, Silk just looks over at Apollo. Sup? How's it going?
Well, I guess, all things considered,
We never really had a chance to fully talk. I mean, like, hanging out with us now. I think we should, I don't know, figure out some stuff about each other.
Sure. I mean, you were very open and honest earlier, and I guess you could say I'm an open book.
I see what you did there. That's good. I like it. Well, you know, I don't know if we went across it. Where are you from?
So I actually am from the Silver Leaf Institute.
Come again?
Born and raised. It's a place of higher learning. They focus on studies and intelligence and books and keeping knowledge safe, and so it can be preserved and passed on.
Cool. I'm from Abris, but yeah, that's. I mean, like, you said institute. Sorry, it threw me off. I immediately when I hear institute, I think of like crazy, but no, that's cool.
I promise I'm not crazy or anyone else.
Oh no, it's not, no, not what I'm saying. You can see like fiddling and stuff. Like, is food ready yet?
it's a school, I guess, kind of. in a
Okay,
way.
all right, cool. The so, like, well, what do you want to do? Like, I know that you were going in there, you were in the tunnels, and you were like looking for, like, you were gonna help, but like, what do you want to do?
I want to learn.
Just want to
And
learn.
he kind of like looks down the hallway and sees that everyone else is to the side, and I guess between just you and me, I had no idea what I was doing in there.
Oh,
I was. I'm not really allowed to use my gifts for reasons that are completely understandable.
like too destructive, or
Too uncontrollable.
oh.
I have control sometimes, most of the time, but sometimes I don't. And it was kind of frowned upon for me to continue to use those because of my lack of control completely. And I wanted to prove that do more, that I could control them, and that I could be a hero. And I overheard
Yeah.
them talking about the gal who was kidnapped, and I shouldn't have. I did. And I thought this could be an opportunity. And at this point, I don't know. I don't know if I can go back, or if I want to, or I don't know.
Well, what if I told you that I know someone that can help you, like hone your talents?
Oh, I mean, I would love to try to learn. I've tried so many different methods from books, and none of them seemed to work. And I had some help, but they didn't really understand well enough, I guess. And sure, I mean, I'd be happy to at least try.
I'll forewarn you, she's a little forward, and she's a little eccentric. But I can, if you're willing, I mean, while we're here, because I'm assuming in a couple days, whether you come with us or not, we're going to be heading out, and we might as well take advantage of being in her neck of the woods, so to speak. I can, we can go meet up with her, and maybe she can give you a couple lessons, or at least, maybe find a way to commune with you. I can't guarantee anything. I can at least give you like a face-to-face. You'll have to kind of,
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd be happy to come with you guys. You're really the nicest people I've actually met before, at least to me. But yeah, it's worth a shot.
Okay, well, this is gonna be a little weird. Just he
I mean,
puts his sword to the side. He just closes his eyes, just as he just whispered, "Just give me a second." He closes his eyes and he just dazes out for a minute, he doesn't respond to you. All right. So I was able to get a hold of her. She owed me a favor. Normally she wouldn't really do this, but I did a thing, and
always your favor on me. I mean,
no. I mean, it's fine. If we're gonna be hanging out, I'd rather have you. I'm all about. I mean, you wanna save people, and I totally understand that. I mean, it's the same thing as me. I want to be that guy that people look towards as the knight in shining armor, so to speak, not the person who just has a sword and just kills people. Let me do this for you. My friend Alondre, she's like I said, she's very eccentric, and she has this. She always holds these big, huge parties. And she's having one in a couple nights, and I'm able to get us on the guest list. We can go there. I think the others would probably like to actually have like a stress reliever anyway, and make the introductions, and then you can figure out with her if she can teach you a few things. She's very, very powerful. But again, I can't stress this enough. An odd duck, to say the least.
I mean, we're all kind of odd in our own ways, I suppose.
You're damn sure, but extra for her. Extra.
Okay. So when you say party, like a ball or a gala, or
this is like he just kind of like looks at you and kind of looks at. We're gonna have to get some new clothes.
Okay.
But she only like really lets people come in if they're. She's got a certain dress code, like nice coats,
Fancy?
ties. Yeah, she likes to do the whole black white thing. Think of it like a gala, but like mixed it. You ever been to a brothel before?
No, I have not. I heard of them. Heard about
Well,
them.
I'll tell you what. You're gonna get you're in for a treat. Think of it as like a gala mixed with a brothel.
Okay. I'm gonna need some help here. This is probably the nicest thing I have.
Well,
That I own.
I'm sure if we all pull together. I mean, we still gotta talk to the group about this, but I'm sure we could pull some money together. We can get you something. We could try to help you out. I mean, like,
He is visibly nervous.
I'd say at this point, this is when the group is done making food. How are we doing in there? You got the ye old microwave working?
What's a microwave?
I will take that as a cue to come out with.
Yeah.
We've all got bowls and a tray with bowls and whatnot, bread.
So a microwave. That's actually a thing. On the ocean, when the waves are coming in, before they hit the shoreline and they get really big, they're really small, so they're really tiny little microwaves.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Not sure how that would work for food, but we got us the hearth and it works just fine.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe he's talking about like the stew ripples?
I don't know.
You're thinking too hard into it. You're thinking too hard into it. Well, food. Yes.
Food. Yeah.
Food right here.
So,
Fantastic.
I don't know what y'all were talking about, but it's probably good that we have before we head out. I was just talking to Apollo. It's probably good if we kind of have like a night on the town. My treat, of course. You'll have to. I mean, we'll have to get some nice outfits, but we've been invited to a soiree of sorts.
Okay.
And if you know the Nightshade, if you lived here, you can give me a history check.
Okay. Just like I might know. 16.
16. What about you, Dira? You live in the area. You might.
Sure.
Might as well.
That would be 13.
13. Dira, maybe because it's more in the center of the continent, you might not have heard of it, but Dolly, you've heard of it.
Oh,
You might not have, whether your interest has peaked in it or not, you might just have never been able to get invited into it. It is a kind of underground, very fancy, but also very mysterious club. very much one of those places you got to kind of know the password to get in. There's a specific dress code, and usually the kind of soiree it is kind of requires you to have a very, very expensive outfit on, or just know somebody to get in.
I would think I would have probably heard rumors about it. I've probably been curious, but never like really tried to get more info. I'd just be like, so you have an invite into the Nightshade?
I know one of the ladies who's one of the owners of the place. I helped out with something, and I was talking with Apollo, and he needs some help with his magic, and well, she's actually very good. She's a very proficient witch, so I figured, call in the chit and get us in, and he can introduce himself and see if she can help him, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So when is this?
2 nights away. It gives us enough time to go find something. I think Apollo's a little light on coin. Maybe we can help him. We should maybe tomorrow head back over to Everett. If you're all interested, head back to Everett. We can go over and hit some of the nice places and go shopping. It's a very, very, very ritzy place, and she always has this whole black, white ball thing going on every time, and always likes she's not much for color, so she likes to keep things really.
So it has to be like black or white, or like a black tie.
Black or white, like kind of like. I was there once before. I felt a little weird, like the outfit that they put me in. Kind of like was like this white long coat with like these white pants, but then it had like these black checkers on. It was really weird. I felt like a chess piece, and it was odd, and I didn't like it. But you just gotta wear something
nice. You
nice.
want to go back.
What was that?
You didn't like it, but you want to go back.
Well, no, that was just because I couldn't pick my own outfit. I was kind of forced to go, and I was kind of stuck in this weird monkey suit. And if I get to pick what I want, yeah. Just gotta.
What do you do there?
What
You've
do we do?
never
It's a
been
party.
to a party?
Oh, well, there's parties and there's parties, and you're talking about some fancy. You got to dress fancy and secret passwords and whatnot.
It's like it's I don't know how to put it. I described it to Apollo. We looked a little odd when I said it the way I said it. Like it's like a
brothel.
Yeah, it's like a gala mixed with a brothel. Like that's the best way I can put it.
Okay.
All right. Well, those are two things that I do not make a habit of, but
Those are two things that are very different.
yeah.
I could see
are
it, though.
Are they? Actually, yeah, they
could
are.
You've
not
been
tell
to
you.
a brothel.
Kind of like looks. Well, yeah.
Apparently not enough.
How many times did you expect to go to a brothel? I don't make like a regular habit out of it.
I'm picking at my food right now. Just looking down like.
Silix seems to think that this is something that will be fun. Do we have time for fun? We got to deal with pirates. We got to get ready to go. We got to find out if have we heard anything. We're gonna have to check in, see if we've heard anything back about what's going on with the pirates and what's going on with getting our friend who goes swooping through the trees back in his castle where he belongs. There's a lot going on. I would just as soon stay here and never leave again, quite frankly, but we have shit to do. If this is a thing that we need to be doing, or if this is a thing that we have time to be doing and people think that it will be worthwhile, I am all for Apollo here learning more about what his abilities are. If that's a useful thing, I'm down with it. I just gotta figure out what we're doing.
No, I'm newer, but I guess we don't have to do anything. If we don't need to, but I can admit that I'm a little uncomfortable with the idea of this. But the pursuit of knowledge is is the most important thing, and I guess if this is gonna help, maybe maybe it's worth it
the
then.
pursuit of knowledge, all right.
And I'm not looking for knowledge of galas and brothels, but if this witch, which in and of itself scares the bejeebus out of me, can help, then I guess it's worth it. And it sounds like you guys have all had a pretty crazy couple of, I don't even know how long it's been. And maybe
A
some
lot shorter than it seems like.
downtime would be good.
Dira, don't you think it would be fun to maybe put on some dancing shoes and go and just have fun as friends?
I'm not against it. I'm just making sure we're doing what we need to do.
Well, I don't think the pirates will be leaving the bay anytime soon, and
Fair
Fuck the
enough.
pirates! I forgot about that. Oh well.
Yeah. We have a few things on our list, Philip.
Look, we
We
should
can
be
get settled the way
celebrating
out.
anyway. We should be celebrating anyway. I mean,
What
I'm not
are
sure
we
yet.
celebrating?
Well, look, we came here. Our main thing that we were trying to do was trying to stop this curse. Now, I'm not sure that's taken care of, but assumingly they're killed, motherfuckers summoned. What else does the curse need to be up for? So we go back. We check
maybe
to see if he's good.
celebration's a little too strong of a word.
Yeah, that seems a little premature, but
Maybe
I can go with R&R.
maybe
Fine,
some
R&R.
downtime to celebrate that we lived.
I will definitely celebrate that.
I think it could be fun.
Look, I don't know about you, but I need to relax. I don't mind going to a party, get my drink on, having a good time. Pick up a lady or two, who knows?
I will go where you all go. I don't know anything about this. I will leave it to your discretion. And I look at Dahlia and Gaju, and Dahlia seems very eager to do this, and I am down with... Dira is definitely down with whatever is making Dahlia feel better right now.
Anything to make Dahlia not think about her life.
Yes, that.
For like the first time tonight, she looks a little more like chipper, I would say. But she's still kind of quiet, just like...
Well, I know I don't know nothing about no fancy clothes, but
Go.
I will
I
follow
don't
your
think you're a
lead.
dress person, are you?
Sorry?
You're not a dress person, are you?
I've worn them. I have a feeling not the kind that will be expected there.
Probably not.
Well, I mean, if we head up to home base, I mean, there's a handful plus of a lot of different businesses around there that all they do is they sell fancy custom suits and dresses. So,
I'm sure we could find something, with the 1,000 gold that you owe us after going through the mines, right?
oh shit, right. Right. Sure. Fuck. Right.
You have that, right?
Not on me. Not on me. I didn't expect we were going to stay
So
here.
we're going to need to go back to home base
Like,
anyway.
my plan was not to stay at Dira's parents' place. Like, I was planning to head back, grab my stuff, and we could do it there. So if we gotta head back to home
Didn't
base,
realize payment at the end of the mission meant at the end of the mission 3 hours back home. But okay,
well,
I know where you live, so
Look, my bad. I thought we were going to leave and just haul butt back over to Everett. But, stopping here, not bad idea. Was I prepared to carry, thousands of gold on my person? Hell no. Not gonna get jacked.
okay.
Fair enough.
But if we go with you to this party, at least you know that money will be well spent.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
take that money and you want to spend it on getting yourself that nicer of a wardrobe, more power to you.
We'll put it on your credit card. How about that?
The hell's a credit card?
Think
One
that's
of
when you
those
go to the
banknote
store
things?
and you sign your name on a card and they give you store credit.
Yeah.
That's a thing?
And you pay it back later. I don't know. It's some new age technology sort of device. I don't.
That's crazy.
Was it
It's the sort of thing that happens where people trust each other.
That's insane. A store actually trusts you with that? That's insane. The dumbest thing I ever heard.
Around here, paydays come few and far between. Sometimes it's the only way to get around it. Well, if we're going to be going back before spending another night here, we should probably think about heading out soon.
Yeah.
Are we spending one more night here and then heading out in the morning?
What you think is a better idea? We already weren't planning to spend as much time here.
It's already dark outside, isn't it, at this point?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
How
I
long
know
is it
what
to-
lurks around when it's dark.
It'll take an hour to get back to Everett.
Yeah, kind of.
Bureau doesn't
say
have
that
dark
before
vision,
dark,
though.
but it kind of got to be dark.
Also, the
I'm sure
fact
Mama
of
wouldn't mind us for another night. Depends on whether we think we can take the time.
Oh, we don't need you stumbling around in the dark, so why don't we just get up early and take care of things tomorrow?
And make
be a
Also, you
little
said-
more.
You said home base. Am I allowed to home base? You all seem to know each other and are connected, but I don't. They allow me to stay at home base?
I mean, technically, theirs is different than mine. Hey, you guys got a boat. Can you just stay with you guys over there?
Don't see why not. It's a little farther over though.
True.
Paulo, are you good with, ship things by chance?
I've never been on a ship.
Ship.
I wouldn't know. I've read a few different books and stories about ships and some of the way things work, but that's.
Have you ever swept the floor or mopped the deck?
Yes, I have swept. I have mopped, definitely.
I feel like I found a crew member, you guys. Weren't we looking for those?
Not that kind. But
I'm very good at
well,
looking at things.
we'll
I've got the
work
wings
on
that can fly.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
just
fly.
find somebody at the gala.
Okay.
I'm just gonna finish eating.
I look
So-
at the Paul and be like, I got you. Get you in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Silk gets up and he's like, well, if we're not heading back tonight, I don't want to overstay my hospitality. Plus, I need some fresh air. I'm just gonna go stay over by the river. Makes me feel more comfortable. I'll just catch you guys in the morning. As he heads out.
Is everything okay?
No, I'm good. It's just, I need to be near water a little bit, and it's been a minute. So I'm just going to stay over by the temple and just crash over there, maybe in the woods. Makes you feel a little more at home. But you all have a good night. And he just walks off and slowly closes the door behind him.
All right. Good night.
Well, I have my stone if he needs me, I suppose.
Yep.
Before Silk leaves, can Apollo run up and be like, "Well, friends should hug goodbye," and just hugs him real quick and thanks for the favor, and
Oh, you're welcome. As he hugs back, he just looks at Gaiju. It's like, this is how friends are supposed to respect each other. Hugs!
Only that hand on the heart turned.
All right, so you guys all crash for the night?
All right, I'm gonna help everybody get all the stuff out that we put away from. Maybe we have a little bit less.
Before we crash, I'd actually like to pull Dahlia aside, just make sure she's doing okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll I don't know, take her outside where there's fresh air and shit.
Could sit on
You alright?
the porch steps or something.
Yeah. You alright?
You see, like, she's just staring at the ground and her lip quivers a little bit, and she's just like, no, not really, no. Out of curiosity, DM, can she tell if, like, she still has cleric abilities from Cocopio, like, if she feels those still? Or would those have been taken away?
You can feel the absence of Cacopial. You feel a replacement in there, but you can definitely feel it's more placed in Vi Gladlin. Has filled that void.
Okay. Oh, I had a thing. Never mind. You ever gone to bed one night and felt like you were somebody, and when you woke up the next morning you just felt like you were somebody else?
Every day.
How do you cope with that?
Some days you don't. On those days you keep yourself busy. And other days they're fine. It's not easy, that's for sure. But you learn to live with it. You move on.
I'm trying to stay positive, but it just feels like every part of my life that made me who I am is a lot different now. Just in the last week alone. And, I don't know what to do.
Wow. You do have all of us. And I don't think we'll be going anywhere anytime soon. So, whatever happens, we'll be here. We'll support you. You'll find out who you actually are. And that's what matters.
Trying to think of it as like a new chapter, I guess.
A way of thinking about it.
But I think you guys are all I have right now at this point. I appreciate that. Thank you for sticking by me.
Of course. It took me a long time to find you guys, and I would not give that up, so we'll be here. And I'm just gonna, like, kind of give her, like, an awkward side hug, just because, like, people.
Oh, but unfortunately she loves hugs, so she's just going to like head on the chest, like really feeling the hug. And she just says, please don't go far from me.
Alright. I promise.
Okay.
Um,
Is there an extra couch in the living room? Because I'm a little scared to go sleep again tonight. Just in case I have any weird visitors in my head again.
you have a lot of bad dreams, don't you?
More than I'd like to admit. More than good dreams, I think, at this point, too. Is that normal? I thought that was normal.
You're asking someone who doesn't actually sleep.
Oh,
So...
I forgot about that.
It's fine. I'm going to say probably not normal, but
Well,
You also have had a lot happen in the last 2 weeks, so...
This is true. Yes. How about if you see me start like kicking in my sleep and like making weird noises, like more than usual, like just wake me up.
Alright, but normally you kind of sleep like a baby, so...
Oh. Okay.
I
Well-
don't mean that to sound weird. I don't want to sleep. I just am up for a lot of the day.
I didn't think it was going there, but now that I think about it, it does sound a lot like that.
Anyways, let's go get some rest, yeah?
I give him a nudge with my elbow, like messing with him. I'm like, yes. Probably should go back.
Alright.
Here comes that. Come on, you two. We got a lot to do tomorrow.
We're coming.
We're coming. And
Alright.
yeah, we'll go back inside and
Last
figure
minute,
out sleeping
right-
arrangements.
right before we go inside, she just stops and she just goes, "Do you trust Gladeline?"
More than I trust Cocobiel.
We
Just-
just talk about damning with fake praise.
Be wary. That's all I can ask.
That's not very assuring.
You're talking to the pessimist.
Fine. That's fair. I'm going inside. What's Apollo doing?
He would probably be inside, just like kind of curled up by the fireplace. His wings around him like a blanket almost.
I love that.
How many couches are in here? Because maybe we can all crash on a couch. Wait, no, is Zephinius still here? Oh shit. But there were guest rooms, right?
Yeah, I mean, we
There's
originally set up with several
rooms.
guest rooms, and then there's
I mean,
there's
it's
rooms
not
that just
huge.
not being used.
I had what was my room. I assume what was my brother's room, which might still have books or notes or something if we put Apollo in there and he wants to be nosy.
Well, Dahlia just takes a couch. Near the fire, probably.
Say there'd be a couple couches in the living room.
I think knowing that there is books in there, he wouldn't go in there just because he's like, I won't sleep.
It's too stimulating.
He's gotta
get
get his
If
rest.
anything, it would be something that like Aiden forgot because he would have taken it with him, I expect. But I would leave that to the DM's discretion.
I'd say there's still books in there.
Apollo would take his coat and you see him like fold it up specifically and like put his bag kind of positional and like curls up by the fireplace. Almost like it's not the first time he's done this.
I hand him
I'll
a
get him
pillow
an
from the
extra blanket.
couch. The girls just swoop in with pillows and blankets, like, no, it's okay, we got you.
Hell yeah.
It's too warm. I'm sorry, but thank you. This
alright.
is fine. This is normal. And he kind of just like turns his back to everybody and just kind of curls up.
Alright. Whatever's comfortable.
Goju probably won't take up any of the couches just because he can basically sleep anywhere, so he may just like sit at the like on the floor near Dahlia's couch just to make sure like she's comfortable, and if she does need somebody to wake her up, he can actually see that. He may just like take off his cape and like get settled though. But yeah.
Okay.
Dira will make sure everybody is settled and has their spot and has what they need before she goes to crash in her old room.
Probably curl up with the blanket and pillow and just like nod and thanks to Gaju, I guess, for being there, and then try to go to sleep.
Okay. All right. So everybody goes to sleep. All right. Everybody can hit that long rest button.
Waiting for Joe to be like, but wait,
there's more. No. You all are able to get your long rest uninterrupted. And you wake up very refreshed for the next day coming up.
Ooh. Yes.
Let's say it's later morning, probably about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Getting your full rest after a long couple days of much needed rest. With Silik not quite returned yet.
Was he? Oh shit! Yeah.
Start packing stuff up to go.
He was supposed to come back, right?
He never implied that he was going to come back. He just said he would see you next day.
Okay.
Did he leave any of his stuff?
Nope, he took everything with him.
Okay.
I
Maybe
will-
he expects us to meet him down there.
I can ask him, and I fish out my sending stone, and I go, ring ring. Are we meeting you in town?
No response.
Uh-oh.
After a minute or two, I'll try again and just. Is everything okay?
Another minute passes. No response. You do, about another minute, you do get a response. Oh, sorry, I did not, I'm fine. If you guys start heading back, I'll meet you up halfway.
I'm just in back. You had me kind of worried. Like, you sure everything's okay?
Everything is fine. I am just taking care of some loose ends. I'll meet you back up at the middle village. Just start heading out, I'll meet you there.
Okay, interesting. I just respond back and say, okay, sounds good. Put my sending stone away and be like, he said he's gonna meet us halfway. He has some loose ends to take care of.
All
Not
right.
quite sure what that means. Did he say anything yesterday?
Does he ever?
I look at the boys because they had some quality bro time yesterday, so maybe they know more.
He's got some kind of medical condition, but other than that,
A plague punched him in the chest, and he says it still feels like something's pulling. But I think it's just, it's just a bad memory, really. But
Do you think that would be what he's talking about, maybe? Or did it seem weird,
It
different?
doesn't seem like a loose end to tie up.
probably not. He
Well,
said something about
I think-
his past.
He always
I
seems to
think
have
Silik
multiple
is
irons
more
in the fire.
mysterious.
Say that again?
Which
Who,
one?
me or?
Both of y'all, honestly.
You go first.
Silik is mysterious in his ways. Who knows? Could be order business, could be personal.
And he just said
At
he
this
has
point, it
more-
could be both.
He always does seem to have a couple irons in the fire. So.
And a lot of connections to Nightshade. It's just interesting to me. But
What is this Nightshade?
what is it?
Is this something I should have heard?
It's a new Averin thing, in the city. I've only really heard a lot of rumors myself. I've never actually been, but it's not surprising to me, but It's not surprising that he's been invited, but it's a little interesting to me that apparently he's gone a few times. Or at least once or twice. I agree with him, though. A checkered suit would not look good on him, so we'll find him something better.
Yeah, that's one thing about being a paladin. Rumors tend not to make their way to you for some strange reason.
Well, I think it'll be fun. I hope you guys like
I will
Bane's
trust
Town.
your judgment. Shall we?
I'm ready to go.
Lead the way.
Yeah, yes. We should probably take off.
Okay.
If Mama's still here up and about, I will hug her and thank her. And
I
I'm
think
gonna
her as
leave
well.
her some flowers on the kitchen table as a thank you.
Aww.
Probably sunflowers.
You all have. I hope you all enjoyed your stay. She immediately grabs a couple these forged bowls that she put some caps on and stuff like that, and she's like, I know it's only an hour, but you never know if you're gonna get hungry. Here, and she just kind of shoves them right into Dira's hands and puts a blanket around them.
You.
It's there's a little bit of nip in there. Just make sure you stay warm. You all, it's a pleasure meeting all your friends. Nice to meet you all. If you ever come back again, don't be afraid. Don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here. We're a big family. Everybody's gone. It's nice to fill up some of the holes in the house. But you all have a safe journey, and I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Miss Marie.
Give her a
Thank
big
you.
hug. And off we go.
Right before we leave, Paul will just give her a quick, just real fast little hug, thank you, and turns and walks away with a little bit of,
You're quite welcome, dear. Anytime.
he's a little misty.
Gonna lean towards Thea and Gaiji and be like, "Are you sure we can't squeeze him on the ship? He's just so adorable.
I didn't say no.
I thought we were gonna. We could find a place
Let's
for
make
him.
sure he'll survive the experience first.
This is true.
I have to train all of you.
What'd you say?
I have to train all of you on how to run the ship, so
Yeah.
What's one more?
He just said it wasn't the kind of
perfect.
crew
What's
he was
one
looking
more?
for, which is to say, crew that knows what they're doing.
Ow!
You good?
Ah, it hurts so bad.
Oh,
I keep kicking this desk. What's another bruise on my knee from? Oh shit.
no,
Anyway,
don't do
sorry.
that.
So, you all start heading your way back north towards the kingdom. There seems to be something going on as a hubbub around the area once you start taking the trail back. About a due 10 minutes before you're hitting the middle village you're supposed to meet Silic, there is a loud commotion. Seems that anybody that is not walking on foot are stopped. There are several carriages that are being halted. People that are just using horses to come across, they're being stopped. You're actually coming across. Are we all wearing regular clothing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
You are stopped by aberrant officials, other soldiers, presumably lower rank than yourself. Everybody, please, for the safety, for everyone, for keeping everything intact, we must ask you all to halt here. If you are in a carriage or if you're using a mounted horse or any otherwise, we need you to depart at your immediate convenience. We'll be checking all storage, all carry-ons. If you are holding up any large bags, you must check them. Please, be calm. Don't grab any weapons. We'll attend to you one at a time. As you see that there's one, seems like a private, is walking around. He's going around, he's checking some of the carriages. He's looking to see if there's any kind of hidden compartments underneath, checking them. Looking around. Not here. Alright. Move along. Checks the one behind him. Not this one. Alright, you can move along too. So let's check some of the people. Are you good? You're good. Comes up to you. All right, any of you got any bags on you? Need to check them.
What
What's
you looking
going
for?
on?
Let me take care of that myself. Just make sure that if you got any bags, I need to see them. This is
Still
private
got my
matters.
Well, you're
Bag.
curious. I suggest you answer the question.
I'm sorry, I don't report to you, sir. I report to higher officials, and these higher officials have me check everybody that's coming past this blockade. So, immediately, just relax. Let me just check your larger possessions. If you got nothing to hide, we're all good.
Would you say, do we like flash our rank on them, you guys?
Just flash it. Just flash rank.
Just be like Team
Yeah,
Horizon,
we have,
Freelancers
like, a rank-
Division.
Yeah, I mean, we would have had our stuff packed up. We have like a rank badge or something.
I mean, we
We
have our
have-
uniforms on
You
us.
have
so-
your uniforms would have a ranking patch on them, but you wouldn't have like an actual like medallion that you would keep on you. It would just have
Right.
the uniform would have a patch on it that shows your rank.
I'm just gonna pull out like that part of the sleeve or whatever and say, "Could you please tell us what is going on here?"
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't know.
I literally just told you.
Well, you got to understand. You're not wearing the uniforms. I wouldn't have figured it out. Well, kind of like whispers to you. There's someone's been coming through this area and has been. Well, there's been a couple murders and also a large theft scheme has been coming through, and they keep crossing back and forth between this location and over at Lakeshore. And we haven't been able to get them, and we figured if we could at least blockade this side and the north side, that we could at least catch them midway, but we haven't found anything yet. Anything short of just checking everybody's stuff as they're coming in and out. We're
Murders and you said theft?
yeah,
This related to what happened on the other village over next to Lakeside the other day?
as far as the abductions, if you're asking, no, we don't think that they have anything in common. But I mean, it's possible. I mean, we haven't gotten that far. I mean, we were just told from the higher ups that we got to take care of this before it starts heading up to the king's, before he has to address it himself. So we were told to find these people and bring them to justice as swiftly as we can do it. But we've been at this for like 6 hours, and everybody's coming crossing back and forth. I mean, we have not found a single inkling of.
Did they tell you what you're looking for? What kind of murders was it?
Well, it's just like looking around. I mean, there's so far 3 political officials have been killed. All 3 were senators, and it's gruesome, it's dark, and I mean, it makes no sense. But every time we find one of their bodies, they're just a mess all over the place, and they're left in the most obscenely spots. And if we could, I mean, I don't know what the higher ups are going to do once they figure this out, but we're supposed to take care of this so it doesn't move up in the food chain too quickly.
Hmm.
All right, well, I'm gonna look at the other 2. Carry on, I guess. We'll wish you well.
We'll keep our eye out and maybe ask around for some more information.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, we can't really leave this post, can't really do anything. I mean, any little bit would help. But he lets like, let them through. They're good. They're good. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll
This-
keep our eyes peeled, and I hope you guys are able to find what you're looking for.
Oh,
here.
trust me, we do too. I mean, for the sake of all Averant soldiers and all of our everything, and we got a lot. We got to take care of this. This is, but be well with you, and bless good Copio.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, well, okay. Have a nice day.
You too. Once we get out of earshot, I'm gonna be. They didn't tell them nothing. What are they
You think
supposed to
that-
do?
Had to do with the vampire?
What else would be a mess? Unless something else is making a mess.
And they said
What's he
between
doing
here
killing
and Lakeshore.
senators?
Wasn't that kind of part of it? There was, that note with the political leaders and stuff.
They want to
Maybe
keep getting up to the king, it sounds like.
this is Midtown we're passing through, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
We
get up my
still looking
sending
for him?
stone.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have we found him yet?
Okay. You have not seen him. He did not just like randomly intersect with you, like he kind of was mentioning.
I will ring him again. And I'll say, we're passing through Midtown. Do you gonna catch up with us?
Sorry. I'm sure you saw that there was the blockade there. I had to deal with some matters. If you keep moving forward, I should probably intersect you in like 5 minutes.
Joke back and be like, if you're gonna stiff us on the gold, you might as well just tell me now.
He doesn't respond.
I'll respond a second later and be like, ouch.
But if you keep moving, by the time you actually leave Midtown, he does start coming out of the woods and he starts intersecting with you. Sorry about that. I deal with some personal matters, and once I found out there was a blockade here, I had to get a good look around. I mean, they recognized me, so I did a lay of the land.
Oh, were we supposed to go around too? Because we kind of flashed our ranks and everything to get
No, you're good. There's nothing we could really do. I mean, if we start getting involved,
they can do neither. They hardly have any information. They're
no,
supposed
but
to try and stop something from getting any higher. They don't even know what it is.
I mean, if anything, them being present might stop it from happening again. But it's what can we do?
So you know what it is?
Not really. I mean, other than possibly it being the vampire crossing back and forth and him stretching out his range, I got nothing.
You
Good
keep
night.
saying vampire like it's a normal thing?
Is it not?
Not for me.
Oh, I mean, I guess it's rare around here. Yeah.
Out of curiosity, Apollo, what is normal for you?
Dust and the smell of leather and rich mahogany.
Oh my. There is a
going to
world
have-
in front of you, young man.
So
I
there's this.
hope you like adventure.
There's this. You might feel real at home. There's this place that Sophia checked out. She called it the Yields Record Room. I don't know what that means, but I mean that kind of fits the criteria of what you're looking for. I mean, if you want to feel like you're at home, I can take you there. I don't know why she keeps calling it that, but
Does he have permission to go into there?
I mean, as long as one's just with him.
Okay, I mean, if y'all want to have another bro venture.
Oh no, I don't want to go there. No,
Starting to
screw
feel
that.
a little left out now.
No, I'm good. I was just saying.
One thing at a time. We'll go later.
Can I insight check Silic? Because he just has been acting a little fishy.
Sure.
He seems very sketchy, yes.
No
I'm
pun
also,
intended.
because he's like, he has something.
I was
personal
about to say
take care
fishy,
of.
huh?
Yeah, that's
I
kind
see what
of-
you did there.
But
That is a 27.
Jesus fucking
well, that's
Christ.
better than my 16. But you know I'm better.
I mean, it's a mixture of him being mysterious and not. As far as him disappearing, yeah, he's clearly trying to do his part. He got caught, someone recognized who he was, and he decided to at least... He tried to make it look like why he was in that direction. So instead of telling him why he was over in Curran's, he decided to say he decided to make it this way to help them out and get a lay of the land and report back to cover his butt. As far as anything else, he seems to be a little. He wants to leave that town. Something, whether it's a town or something that happened in the town, he doesn't want to be there anymore. You can't really figure out why. He does seem a little just ready to leave the area.
Okay. I'll hold my sending stone in my hand and I'll walk, trying to look, looking normal. But I'll just sending stone him, and we'll just be like, "You don't have to talk about it, but if you need to get something off your chest, I'm here to listen, like I always have been."
He just kind of like looks at you and nods, and he's just kind of whispers into the sandstone. I appreciate it. Maybe one of these days, away from the group, we can talk. But right now, it's probably better if I just leave it alone. It might this party might be helpful. Get my mind off of it. And before we decide to leave. I hate to say it, but going in the battle might do me some good too. As much as I don't really want it to be around, might get me just out of my own head.
Respond back and be like, think we all could use a distraction, so we'll have fun tonight. Or tomorrow. Whenever we do that thing. Yeah.
Okay. So you start making your way back to Averant. Whether it's Apollo's first time or not, you enter into a very, very large... here, let me switch over to the map. Very large, open town. Separated by 4 rivers, cutting it up right in the middle. As the ground floor of New Averant, the kingdom of the Order of the Fallen Star, and tower in the middle that's a generator that actually holds up the floating city in the air. Where would you guys like to go once you guys head in there? Do you want to make your way back to the boat? Do you want to try to get an inn so you don't have to go all the way to the boat? Do you want to go up to the floating city?
I would actually like to stop by that post office that I went to several days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just check and see if there's anything back.
You gotta remind me what you sent originally. Even if you had to text to me, I gotta remember what you actually sent.
I sent a letter to my mother.
Okay. Let me double check.
I'll like kind of go up to the lady and be like, "Hey love, I was here a few days ago. Was there any response for anyone by the name of GD?"
She like goes to the paperwork. Nothing. I know we sent something out, but I haven't got anything back. Sorry, but I'll keep this. Well, I mean, if you come back maybe tomorrow, there might be something tomorrow.
All right. After tomorrow, if there's nothing or if something arrives, can you forward it to Sorgaria?
I can certainly try. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll walk back to the group.
Okay.
Well, there are some shops here for nice outfits.
So it's like, I mean, we could get some down here, but if you want to make sure you get something really nice, we got to go up.
You pay?
We still technically have quarters up there, right?
I mean, I owe you all some money, so technically, yes, I'm paying. I mean, whether or not you just want me to give you the money and you just go do your own thing, or
No, Oh, let's make a friend adventure out of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Come on, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a couple places I'm familiar with that we can go to. I mean, I owe you all a 1,000, and I told Apollo that we could kind of help him find something. He's a little stuck on coins, so yeah, I mean, we could do that.
Okay. Let's
are-
go to the nice stuff.
Oh wait.
The expensive things.
So, to make sure that we don't have Sophinia missing on this, we're gonna end it there.
Fair.
So we can have Sophinia in part of this. So next session will be shopping and the beginning of going to the Nightshade.
Oh boy.
This will be a time.
Yeah, this will be very fun.
So, very simple session. Thank you very much for watching. And we will not have echoes this week, but we'll have a one-shot Thursday, training a new player of ours. So, anybody who's going to be part of that, check them out Thursday as we do a fun one-shot. So, everybody, good night, and we'll talk to you later.